Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes on Monday, the 16th of July here on Share Talk. Starting off with Strat Aero, where we've still been in this 1 to 1.5 pence range for much of the year. Nice bounce today off the floor of the range towards 1 pence, but really the message is still that we want to see 1.5 broken before we can target 2 pence plus. The good news is probably that we have seen the worst after December's exhaustion gap reversal, which is also a bear trap as well. So up to 1.5 pence in the range, and then hopefully after that breaking out in the next few weeks. On to Eurasia Mining, which I've got on my list, hotter list at the moment. Looks as though we were going to hit the initial 0.8 pence target relatively quickly, hopefully later today or tomorrow. And for those who are optimistic, after that, we could hit towards the 1 pence level, which would be pretty good after all the extended wait the bulls have had to have on this situation. Only back below that old January peak around 0.57 really questions or delays the upside scenario. So it looks as though Eurasia on its way. Another stock on its way after a recent interview here on Share Talk. With myself, live company, looked at it like an interesting fundamental situation, and the situation now on the chart is still that we're hopefully heading towards 95 or 100 pence over the next few weeks. Any dips towards the 60 pence zone currently regarded as a buying opportunity. New stock for the selection at the moment is Octagonal. Here it looks like we've got a falling wedge breakout, which has tended to be one of the better signals or setups for the minnows, and Octagonal has done that with a break above the 50-day moving average as well at 2.59 pence. Initial target up to the 200-day line at 2.97 pence, but we're hoping obviously for a retest of the initial highs of the year at 3.5 pence plus. Ideally no break back below 2.5, the broken falling wedge line. I was late on SalvaRx, but looks as though the shares are still determined to give us a bit more. 80 pence, the new higher target here, which is a resistance line projection from early 2016. On to Thor mining, which has also bounced today quite well, but did hold back on this because it looked a bit messy around the 1.8 to 2 pence area. Nice break above the 200-day, rather the 50-day moving average today at 1.96 so far. I'd like to see the 200-day line broken as well early this week, so we can target a retest of the best levels of the year to date at 4.5 pence. The good news is that we had what is normally a very strong setup with the 50-day moving average falling below a rising 200-day line. That's a buy signal in itself, and then what we'll see in the next couple of weeks would be the 50-day line crossing back above the 200-day line as a golden cross, which should accelerate the momentum on the upside. Finishing off with Yolo, stock I've shied away from as well, but looks like today's move with the gap through former resistance at 10 pence should be emphatic enough to give us a new leg to the upside, hopefully as much as 16, 17 pence, which is the top of an April rising trend channel, only back below 8 pence, the last low at the end of the week, really delaying the upside scenario. But this is looking pretty strong anyway. We've gapped up above the 50-day average at the beginning of last month, and done it again today as well. So hopefully Yolo on its way. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.